Hi, my name is Head here, and I'm bringing you a Wi-Fi battle against TomZ. He's in the GBA. He's the owner of the San Jose Sharpedos. If you don't know him, go follow him on Twitter, YouTube, all that jazz. But we got a roulette battle here, and this is a really funny battle. This battle, you'll see in a minute, actually is the reason Tom almost quit playing Pokemon for good. And it wasn't intended to be that way. It was just a friendly match. But you'll see what happens in a little bit. So he leads off with his Ambipom. I lead off with my Staraptor. I figure he's going to fake out. I'll take the Intimidate, or I have Reckless, but not Intimidate. I figure I'll take it, and I'll hit whatever comes in. I didn't really feel like switching out in case he did want to do anything else crazy. I'm just going to U-turn on him. That way I can get some switch initiative as he goes into his Dusknoir. As you can see, that U-turn does almost nothing, even though I'm scarfed with Reckless. It's literally just no damage whatsoever. So I'm going to go in my Rotom Heat, this Mr. Toaster here. And I'm not sure what he's thinking. Maybe he was expecting the trick or the overheat as he goes into Heat Train to get that Flash Fire boost. But I figure I'm just going to trick him. And this battle was a while ago. I don't remember exactly what I trick him. I think it's a Choice Scarf. Choice Specs. So I'm going to get that leftover. It's going to be pretty bulky, and it gives me the ability now just to Volt Switch on him to keep that initiative going, because Volt Turn, it sounds like such a cheesy thing, and it is such a cheesy thing, but it works so effectively. And to have that in a roulette is just perfect. But I'm going to go into my Gastrodon. Gotta sport the green and blue Gastrodon because it barely gets any love compared to the normal one, or the other one I should say. And he's gonna Toxic it, which isn't too bad. I mean, this is a special wall, and to have something effective, it's gonna cut down on recovery, but I do have Recover at the very least. So it's not too big of a deal, and I predict this switch of Shaman. I'm just going to go for the Ice Beam. I figured he has no reason to stay in it. I get the freeze, so there it is already. Tom's not too happy in this friendly game, getting that nice freeze hacks going on. And that Shaman probably could have done a lot to my team, especially if it had Hidden Power Fire and if it had Seed Flare and all that nonsense. So he's going to switch out. It doesn't matter too much, I guess, because he does have the natural cure, but he's going to go back into his Dusknoir. And I also switched, so we got a nice double switch going on here. And I'm going into my Lucario, and this isn't a Mega Lucario. We do both acknowledge Smogon rules in the sense of the Bandless, and I don't like this matchup. I see the Will-O-Wisp coming a mile away, and I don't want to take any risks. But he ends up going for the Fire Punch. So Rotom Heat, just Mr. Toaster, he's doing his thing. He's stopping this Dusknoir, even if he's not really doing too much. It's at least walling it kind of effectively. So he's just going to Shadow Sneak, which is fine. I mean, it's not like I'm that fast where it's going to do that much where it's needed. I'm just going to Volt Switch again to just try to get some kind of good initiative going on. And that's the whole goal of this game. Keep the initiative in your favor. So I figure, Staraptor, Brave Bird, it's going to hurt something regardless of what comes in, or if he decides to stay in. So I'm just going to go for the Brave Bird. Yeah, I'm going to take a lot of recoil, but it's Brave Bird, and it takes that out. And as Fizzy Stardust always says, just Brave Bird everything. You have no reason not to. So as Ambipom's coming back in, it's probably going to fake out. I'm not too concerned at this point. I figured I'll give something else the fake out. I go into Cress, which to have Cress on a roulette, we both had pretty good teams with our roulette. This is before we both did our mass Pokebank spree, before they shut down the GTS servers with X and Y, so we only had probably about 100 things each. So there's a lot more competitive stuff instead of just all the random trash that we both kind of genned through. But he goes for the move Beat Up. And I've never seen Beat Up before because it's not too common of a move. And I was like, okay, I think I have something, because I'm like, Cresselia is not going to be wanting to take another one of these. It's going to be a waste. And I was like, but my Lucario has the ability Justified. And in my head, I was thinking, okay, I'll come in, take a resisted hit, and just get +1. Little did I know that this Lucario gets in basically for free and gets a +5. So as I'm in the Skype call with Tom, he is going off. He's just livid at this point, and he is threatening to throw his DS across the room and quit Pokemon in the GBA. And Tom ends up running after I kill, I think, 2 of his guys. So this match actually doesn't end. Tom just runs because of there's nothing you're gonna do against a +5 Lucario with extreme speed and close combat. So it's kind of just game over at this point. And I'm just gonna extreme speed my way to victory. And Tom, I don't think, played Pokemon for like 2 or 3 weeks after this match. He was that salty. He was like the Atlantic and the Pacific and the Indian Ocean all combined into one. We actually had a new ocean. It was a very small ocean, but it was called Tom. And basically, if you were in the ocean of Tom, your ship sank quite fast because you just weren't having a good time. You were salty for days. I mean, even saltwater looked at you and you're like, man, you need to chill. You need to add some more water to that. And it just goes like, what is he gonna do to this? There's nothing. So Tom just runs. Good game, Tom. I'm glad you decided not to quit entirely, but I couldn't go without uploading this battle. Peace out, guys.